We're back. Day 2, Momentum Talk, Episode 2, new series, fresh, new video every morning, just straight out of the gym, the thoughts that roll in. I had wrote some thoughts down on a piece of paper because I did not want to forget them, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And the topic is, I was talking about in a reel, a lot of people my age, 18-year-old guys, they try to exude this persona of fearlessness. And for me, that's not the case. For me, I have one really big fear. And that is the fear of wondering in 10 years, where would I be if I would have gave it 110% every day? Where would I be if I would have gave 110% every day? See, there's guys that they'll get on like a personal development journey and it lasts maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Then by that next month, they're asking myself, what if I would have never gave up? See, me, I think in years, because this isn't just a personal development kick. Like this is what I do. This is who I am. This is who I am crafting. And I'll touch more on that later. But that is my biggest fear. Where would I be in 10 years if I gave it my all? Where would I have been if I would have gave it my all? I ask myself that question in 10 years. And my biggest fear is the answer being that I would be somewhere greater. Because if I give 110%, I should be as far as I possibly can be as a human being. And another fear I have, wondering if I missed any opportunities to push myself farther. Did I give myself every chance to do the harder choice? Did I choose the harder shit rather than taking the easy way out every time? These are questions I ask myself. I was in the gym. I wrote my workout down before I did it. I wrote down, okay, I'm going to do 4 sets of this. I don't normally do that. I just know the workout and then I change the weight and the reps. But today I wrote down, not the weight, but I wrote down the sets and reps. And I set it really high because I wanted to give myself an opportunity to be able to push myself farther, because it's simple. Like if you write the shit down, then I'm going to have to force myself to do it. There's no excuse. I wrote it down. I have to do it. It's on the paper. There's no excuse. People right now are looking at me like I'm crazy talking to myself in the car at the gym. But this is what I'm thinking about. I wonder if the reason why I did all of this shit was worth it. Because I ask myself, okay, so what catalyzed this is going to these fancy restaurants in downtown Houston and seeing these super nice supercars everywhere. And I'm like, there is no fucking way. Andrew Tate moment. They know something that I don't know, and it's pissing me off. Because I like knowledge and I learn something new every day. So what the fuck did they learn that allowed them? What do they know that I don't know that allowed them to buy this $500,000 car when my house, my cars, my wardrobe, everything in my house combined doesn't even amount to the same price that they spent on a fucking depreciating liability? These are the questions I ask myself. Do I want this shit for a car? Seriously? I wrote that down. For a car? Seriously? Is that why I'm doing all of this? Because if my why isn't big enough, nothing is gonna allow me to progress. If I get to the top and I achieve those things and I buy the car, then what? I did it all for a fucking Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Mocha brown. Magnesium forged wheels. The fucking racetrack package, whatever the fuck it's called. Dash cam setup. 360 cam. Lowered. Front suspension hydraulics. I know exactly what I want, but is it fucking worth it? Is that why I'm doing this? Because deep down I know the answer is no. But also deeper down I don't know why I'm doing this. I ask myself every day, why am I doing this? What has given me the motivation to get this far? Is it the car that's giving me the motivation to get this far? Because I genuinely feel like I'm missing something. I'm not realizing something. There's not enough reflecting going on in my mind to understand what is pushing me forward. what has allowed me to create this much discipline? I ask myself this question all the time, and I suggest you to ask the same question to yourself, because the what does not matter. It is the why. The how does not matter. It is the why. If you know why you want to do something, there is nothing that is going to stop you. See, in the gym, I did extra reps and extra sets that I normally don't do. And the why was because I wrote it down. So, is the why that I'm doing this shit is because I made a promise to myself? Is that a valid reason? These are the questions I ask myself. And right now I'm yelling at myself into a camera, asking myself these questions because there's nobody else to ask. Because the only person that can answer the question of why do you want what you want is yourself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm asking myself. And at the end of it all, I got down to the essential question. What does the version of Jordan Parks do? What do they do? What does the ideal version of Jordan Parks do? And what do they look like? Because I need to become that person before I am that person, or else I will never become that person. Because the only way that you can become a new human being with new habits, new mindset, new nutrition, new training routines is by doing something you've never done. And by doing something you've never done, you become a new person. So I need to create that person in my mind before I am that person in my flesh. Just like I talked about on day one, when I asked myself, how the fuck am I a different person in my mind than I am in my flesh? You have to take control of your body. Your body is a vessel. Do not let your body control you. You will not end up in a good place. If you frivolously chase your desires of what you feel like doing and live by your emotions, and maybe not take a little logical thought and method into what you're doing to create systems are a logical thing. If you live with emotions and you're always saying, well, I don't feel like going to the gym. Well, I feel like a rest day would be good because that's what they tell me to fucking do. You don't need that shit. You can rest in the gym. If you're working at such a high level, a rest day to you looks like a fucking 110% workout to somebody else. That's what my rest day should look like. My rest day could be running a fucking marathon because the amount of work I normally fucking put in is so high that running a marathon with no food, no water, no nothing looks like a rest day because I put in so much work on a regular day that my rest day, my standard is so high that when I drop below it, people still ask, how the fuck did he do that? This is the goal. These are the things I think about in my mind when I first wake up. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. There are very few that have the same mindset. There are very few. And I've yet to meet one in person. There are very few. I try to bring people up with me, and it's difficult because you can't instill this in somebody. You can't instill this. You can't teach hustle is what they say. You cannot teach hustle. But back to what I was saying. What does the ideal version of myself do? Because I need to be that person first. So I wrote down probably 15 things, 12 things that the ideal version of myself does. I'm confident but not egotistical. I'm confident in my ability, but I do not move from the place of ego, trying to be better than everyone else. I wake up at 4:25 every day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the next day, next Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, Saturday, Monday, my birthday, every day. Because on my deathbed, I'm going to wish for 4 more hours of life to enjoy all of the family that I've created, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, all of the empire I built. I'm going to want to enjoy that, and I'm not going to be able to enjoy it very long if I don't even give myself time to have life to build that shit. There's not going to be nothing to enjoy if I waste 4 hours a day waking up at fucking 8:15, 8:25, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, half my day is gone. You woke up at 12 o'clock. Half of your day is gone. There's 24 hours in a day. Why the fuck are you still in bed at noon? That's a 12-hour shift if you work a 9 to 5. That's 4 4-hour deep work periods, 3 4-hour deep work periods if you work for yourself. The best version of myself probably reads every day. The best version of myself probably goes to the gym every day like I'm doing right now. The best version of myself tracks his macros and nutrition every day. The best version of myself writes an itinerary every day before he goes to sleep. So when he wakes up, he knows exactly the important things he needs to do. So he's not wiping his eyes going, oh shit, what's today? What's today? See, it's the small things. Ever since I started doing all this shit about 2 months ago, I haven't even asked myself. A lot of people are, what's today? Every time I hear somebody ask what's today, I know there's something fundamentally wrong with their life. Because if you don't even know what the day is, how the fuck are you going to move forward through life? You don't even know what the day is. The sun is rising and setting, and you're just, oh man, wow, that was a rager last night, bro. That was a rager. That's what we're doing. It's 2025. You're a grown-ass man, and you're partying, posting on your stories every day. Is there not something more in life that you want? Is there not something more in life that you want other than just moving mindlessly? Hey, if there's nothing more you want, then that's cool. I can't tell you how to live. You can't have the same dreams as me. Not everybody can reach the level that I'm gonna reach. But I just asked some questions. There are just some questions that I have to ask. I am the version of myself that is the best version, is grateful for every little change. Not grateful for everything, grateful for every change, because change is a good thing. So I have to be grateful for that because I invite change. Change is something I invite into my life. Is a fundamental aspect of life that will never change. The only thing that won't change is the fact that there is change. Then the best version of myself learns something every day. The best version of myself has an amazing physique from all of this other shit. The best version of myself is respected by men and women. The best version of myself puts himself last. See, I have a philosophy. It's called selflessness. Selfish selflessness. I am so selfless. It's a little tongue twister. I am so selfishly selfless. I take my time away from other people to give to more other people. That is what selflessness means. I take my time away from myself to give to other people. I am selfishly selfless. The best version of myself has a mind that is 10 years ahead. There are people, see, I'm kind of gauging myself. I am very close to touching the best version of myself in the current form that I am right now. And I can feel it because I'm looking at this list and I do almost all of these things. There's very few things on this list that are not reality for me right now because I create this reality. I am creating this reality right now, and I can tell it's coming into reality, my own reality, because I'm looking at this list and it's things that I do already. The best version of myself reverts back to standards that are set so high that people still ask, how is that possible? Just like I said at the beginning of the video, my standards are so high that on a regular day, on a regular rest day, on a regular day, people still ask, how do you achieve this level of capacity of doing the shit that you're doing? Because on a regular day, my standards are so high. On a regular day. Now on a day when I'm locked in, it's even higher than that. I expect so much from myself. And that's low-key a downfall because when I expect so much from myself, sometimes I expect a lot from other people. And I have to realize that not everybody has this mindset. And I'm striving every day to meet more people like myself. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way. I mean that in a way that there are some people on this earth that are close to being on the same path as me, or are on the same path as me, or have achieved the things that I want to achieve. And I have yet to meet people like this. There is always something about a person that you can relate with. And I'm around very few people that I relate with. But that's the video for today. I am 15 minutes behind. This video has gone on a little longer than I expected it to be. Because when the ideas are flowing, the ideas are flowing. But I just want to end this off with something I learned from John Mark Stevenson. Honestly, the guy that I might contribute this whole villain arc, mindset, habit, nutrition, fitness arc, this mentality paradigm change that I'm on, and I will continue to be on until I have surpassed the level of these systems. I have to attribute this to him because he has taught me the 4 pillars of man. The 4 pillars of man: mindset, habits, nutrition, and training. And mindset is the foundation. First, you have to fix your mind. Then you have to fix your habits, because your habits are the level of your standards. So if you fix your habits fall back on your mindset. That's why your mindsets are the foundation. Then after you fix your habits and your mindset, then you implement training. Then once you're training and you have habits of training and the mindset, to the grit to train, then you implement nutrition to fuel your body to keep going. Mindset, habits, training, and nutrition. This is the pillar of man. This is the pyramid of man and the 4 pillars of man. If you want to be a great man, you need to have impeccable mindset, impeccable habits, impeccable training, and pristine nutrition. Pristine nutrition. There should not be a person on this earth that can say that they have a better mindset, better habits, better training, and better nutrition than you, because you are a man and you are in competition with 4 billion. Actually, matter of fact, the way the world is now, you're in competition with some women. You're in competition with some women. There is almost 8 billion people on this earth that you are in competition with. So you better be the best at what you're doing. Because if you're not, then somebody else will take your spot. Just like that. That's the video today.